people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman. I love what she's doing. She's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
Conservative New Media peeps, what's up? It's me, JDV. Now, I just watched that Delaware Senate debate between Chris Coons and Christine O'Donnell. It was put on, you had Wolf Blitzer there, and you had the local Delaware reporter there, and it was very interesting. Broadcast live on CNN and rebroadcast again. I tell you what, you look at this, who won, who lost, it's like this. I think they both did well. I think Chris Coons came out there, he hit his points, he did his thing, the whole 9 yards. I think that Christine O'Donnell basically was debating three people, the Delaware reporter, Wolf Blitzer, and Chris Coons. And a lot of times they were trying to, challenge Christine O'Donnell a bunch of things. I think definitely towards the end, they got a little more hostile towards her as it was clear that she was looking good and whatnot. And I think that her answers on such things as campaign finance reform and disclose and what happened with her campaign, her answers on taxes, her pushback against some of her comments that they were trying to about evolution they were trying to take from years and years ago, her pushback on, hey, what about the bearded Marxist thing here was pretty good and overall very well. The bottom line is this. Who, in an objective terms, who did better, who did worse? I mean, obviously, I'm a very conservative Republican, bordering on libertarian. I'm going to be very sympathetic to what Christine O'Donnell's saying because I match up more closely with her line of thinking. If you were a Democrat, you probably would have liked what Chris Coons was saying in terms of just trying to be as detached and analytical as possible, objectively, taking nothing else into account. I would say pretty close. Now, that being said, subjectively, given where the race is at, given who needed to do better and who accomplished their goals, clearly Christine O'Donnell did better. The reason being is manifold. One, you didn't get it, you always get this sense of genuineness from her. This is a real person like you and me. Chris Coons comes off like a total career politician. Practiced, studied, politically correct, doesn't want to make any wrong statement, whatever. Christine O'Donnell is just like someone you'd sit across the dinner table with and whatnot. Obviously, they're both, technically, obviously real people. There's no question about that. But Christine seems more real and less plastic and polished and political, a political creature, if you will. So I thought that was good. Not that Chris Coons was bad. It just was that Christine has that realness to her. I think that was good. The second thing is that she clearly has a brain and was thinking very quickly on her feet, had a lot of repartee going on there. And look, the bottom line is, which goes to number three, who accomplished what they needed to accomplish. Christine O'Donnell, up until now, even frankly by us, because it was funny, we had to do it for a political fail of the week last week. We're making fun of her about a witch hat and stuff like that, and she had been caricatured and laughed at by everyone, and not everyone, but broadly speaking, a bunch of people in the media, this and that, whatever, Saturday Night Live, the whole thing. She made light of that, and more importantly, she showed a command of the issues and a brain, and that she could stand on the same stage as Chris Coons and give it right back to him. That alone blows up this caricature of her that they're trying to do. That doesn't mean she's going to win. That doesn't mean that she's going to get a huge bump up from the debate. But I would be surprised if she doesn't get some kind of bump up. And now the bleeding has stopped, and she can get right back on the issues. And she's got about a little less than 3 weeks to go out there and close the sale. And I think the ball is right back in play. So I think if you look at everything, Christine O'Donnell won this thing hands down in terms of what she needed to do. And she also was tagging Chris Coons in a couple places, being tied to Harry Reid, being the pet comment. Not, are you with Obama or are you not with him on taxes? Are you with them or not on cutting taxes? Are you with them or not with them on Afghanistan? It's good to show some wavering, there. And also I think she did a good job on the healthcare thing. So overall, I think she acquitted herself well. She gets right back in this whole, debate versus insiders versus outsiders, pitting her against the mainstream media, the liberal media and stuff like that. And I think that now she has addressed the competency issue. Maybe not fully, but definitely substantially, and I would say probably adequately. Okay? And so now we get back on the issues and we see what happens. Still going to be a tough race, still probably an uphill proposition, but I think she went a long, long way to answering people on the left who want to make her, total caricature, and frankly those on the right, maybe Karl Rove and others, hey, this woman is serious, she's here to play, she's a very real candidate, and goes back to what I said again. The bottom line in politics comes down to great campaigning. I don't care about money and polls and that, whatever. A great campaign, and you're never gonna, campaigning is the most important thing. A great candidate and great campaigning are gonna beat everything else, hands down, 9 times out of 10, and vice versa. You can have all the money in the world, you have a bad candidate, you have a bad campaign, good luck. So I think that Christine O'Donnell's proved herself to be a very capable candidate, and now she's running a strong campaign, and we're going to see. So I think Christine O'Donnell, again, doesn't mean she's going to win, doesn't mean everything's solved, but I think this was a huge step in the right direction. And I think in terms of what needed to be done, that again, both candidates did what they needed to do. Both candidates did well from an objective standpoint. I don't know if there's a clear winner there. I think it's close. My side, I would give the nod to Christine, but I think it's close. But in terms of subjectively, who needed to accomplish something, I think now this battle is engaged. Christine made the major sale there, proved herself to be quite competent, and we're off the jokes and the making fun of now, and now we're in the heart of this campaign. We're going to see what happens. So there you go. Reporting for Conservative New Media, I'm John D. Villarreal, and we'll see you next time.